Hey, welcome to a new video. In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about thoughts and emotions and how they shape our reality and experience of life. So, let's agree on one thing: thoughts and emotions are real. So, we all think thoughts and we feel emotions. Even though we do not see them, touch them, hear them, we can all agree that thoughts and feelings, thoughts and emotions are real, even though it's just like the air we breathe. So because if you don't acknowledge that, then the rest of the video is not of much help. So let's talk a little bit about thoughts first. So thoughts are the language of the mind. So without disrespect to your thoughts, they are a noise in your head. They are a voice in your head. And if you want a little bit of more respect, then they are a vibrational energy. So just like it's noise basically. So any vibrational energy has a certain frequency and it has information. So it has a certain frequency, which is why you are able to hear it inside your head and others are not, thankfully. And and it has certain information, like you say, whatever is your narrative. I'm hungry, I'm horny, I need more money, or whatever it is. I'm not judging you. So there, just like a Wi-Fi signal also has a certain frequency, but you are not able to see it because it's invisible, it's beyond your spectrum, and it has information because you get the your data. So that's just how thoughts work as well. So the same way, emotions are basically the language of the body. They are the feelings that you feel inside your body. So maybe when you are nervous, maybe you feel something in your gut. When you're angry, maybe something in your chest. When you're in love, you feel something in your chest. Your body temperature increases. So it is all caused because of a certain chemical composition, a certain chemistry which is released into your body as a result of a certain experience. So every experience that you have, big or small, it creates a certain chemistry. For example, when you're angry, maybe your cortisol levels go high, your adrenaline levels go high, and you feel maybe, say, something in your chest, you feel angry, you feel something in your bones, and a combination of these feelings and chemistry, we have given it a name: emotion. You feel angry, you feel, say, I don't know, lust, you feel love, things like that. So the way you think and the way you feel creates your unique state of being. So it is what creates a unique human experience. So that's why your experience of life is different from mine, from someone else. That is why when for example, I love football and you don't love football. So there's nothing about football that is special. It's something about you and me that is giving some certain meaning to it. There is nothing something special about my favorite song. The lyrics are the same for you and the lyrics are the same for me, but it is invoking certain thoughts, certain feelings in me. So understand that you are the alchemist. You are the one who is able to turn base metals into gold, into a certain emotion, certain thought. So that's how everyone creates their individual reality, their personal reality, which we can call it as personality. So 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 now we come to the next part, which is the think and feel loop. So how are the thoughts and your emotions related to one another? What is the body mind connection basically? So your body cannot differentiate between reality and a thought. For the body, it's the same. So whenever you think a thought, there are certain neural connections that form inside your body. Every thought that you have, it has a certain neural connections that are formed. And when those neural connections are formed, it's basically an electric signal that passes. It's called a synapse. And those electric signals pass through your brain, through the nervous system, and then they signal the chemistry to be released. So what happens is that your body basically feels certain emotions through the course of life, and these emotions are quite addictive, and the body gets addicted to these emotions. So the stronger the experience that you have, the stronger is the chemical release, and the stronger is the emotions that the body feels. And what happens is, over time, the body gets addicted to these emotions, and it does not differentiate between a good emotion and a bad emotion. For it, an emotion is an emotion, the chemistry is the same. Now you might say that, okay, eating bad food is eating, I don't know, smoking is bad or whatever. You have made that with your brain, but the body does not know that. The body that's why you might have bad habits, people still smoke, people still do whatever, addictions, but they don't, the body does not know what is good and bad. It just knows, okay, I enjoy feeling this way, I want this. And the mind, it always listens to the body. It is like a love story, they always work for one another. So what happens is, especially in your childhood, whenever you have a strong emotional reaction, maybe, I don't know, you got bullied, or I don't know, everyone has a very different special childhood. And because in our formative years, our subconscious mind is wide open. The thing that separates the conscious mind and subconscious mind is the analytical neocortex, and that is not yet developed. So every experience that you have, it goes straight into your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind, in terms of control, is 95% of the control that the mind has. So when you're walking, you're driving your car, it's all like a subconscious program. You never think about walking, right? You just do it. It's the same with the kind of emotions you think, the thoughts you think. It is all driven by your subconscious mind, so which is a very powerful part of your brain. So so basically, all the thoughts that you have, the thought patterns that you have, they are being thought by your mind to fulfill the underlying emotion. Because like I said, the body and mind always work for one another, and the body does not know the difference. So it is keeping that emotion alive. The mind is keeping that emotion alive by thinking thoughts of similar nature, so that you are constantly, the body is able to feel those emotions. So thoughts drive your choices drive your behaviors drive your experience, and the end result of an experience is the emotion. And then the emotion again drives the thought again drives the choice again drives the behavior drives the experience, and then you again feel the emotion. And while the scenarios might change, maybe you go from your work environment to your, I don't know, personal relationships or anything, like, but the underlying narrative, the underlying emotion, it is the same. You have become a prisoner of the past, something that has happened in the past, and the body is just trying to keep it alive, and the mind is helping the body, because they just love each other. So that is how the think feel loop works. That is how the body and mind work for each other. So to give you an example, say someone, I don't know, got bullied when they were young, and there was unresolved anger in them, because they were feeling repressed or whatever. So now whenever something like this happens, and it's a powerful experience, the mind takes a snapshot. It takes a snapshot of what has happened inside, the internal chemistry, and what is it in the outside that has caused this. And it creates this little association, and it stores it into the subconscious mind. So it knows what is the kind of things that is going to create this kind of chemistry. So it is always going to, now it is always programmed to create this kind of thoughts. Now it will not create similar thoughts, of course, but the mind is smart. It knows the nature of the thought. So every time now, this person is always thinking and feeling in this way. He is filled with anger. His thoughts are angry. Whenever he is presented with a situation, finally it's what he is thinking about the situation, how he is responding to a situation. So whenever he is presented with this, maybe say a work situation in which, say, his ideas were not heard or something like that, or his ideas were repressed, he has a choice. His choices are driven by his thoughts. he is choosing to maybe yell at the person or fight, I don't know, something like that, and then he behaves in that way. His choices are driving his behaviors. He decides to yell out, maybe in this case into his work and to his colleagues. He shouts at them, something like that, and he experiences this reality. He shouts at them, and then as a result of this experience, he feels angry, and then the body gets what it wants, and then that same anger again creates same thoughts. Maybe when he goes back home with his children or with his partner, again maybe when something happens in such a situation, the body and mind are gravitating towards this reality. It is constantly creating this narrative. You are seeing life through this veil. You never see things the way they are. You always see things the way you are. So you can never think greater than how you feel. If you feel angry and you say I am happy, it will just not pass from your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, because there is the veil of the analytical mind, and it will see through your bullshit that no, you are angry, you can say I am happy, I am happy. If you are feeling poor, you can say I am rich, I am rich. But it is that affirmation will just not seep down into your body. So that is just how it works. So basically, coming to the next part, which is what do you do about this? So when you meditate, basically you observe, you go inside, you don't go outside looking for answers. Everything's happening inside. You sit with your thoughts and emotions. You basically become the observer. Try to understand that every thought is not you. A person has like around 50-60,000 thoughts in a day. You are not your thoughts are not real. You don't have to identify with every thoughts. But because we are so unconscious that we believe in every thought that we have, so we are not thinking, we are being thought by the mind, and the body has become the mind. It is directing the show. So when you sit in a meditation, your role is to be the observer. You are observing your thoughts, you're sitting with them, you're acknowledging them. Because if you're observing your thoughts, you are not your thoughts, right? If you are observing something, it means it's happening on its own and you're just observing it. And you're just assessing, analyzing everything that's happening inside your body, inside your mind, and you're just creating a little bit of distance from them. So as you get better at meditation, you are able to identify these mind patterns, and you are able to create mental strength enough to gain control over your mind. Not even control, you are liberating your mind. You are gaining, you are able to, the mind can calm down. The mind will calm down once you start meditating, and then you are able to cut the link between thoughts and feelings and emotions. I kind of use thoughts and emotions and feelings interchangeably, and but basically you cut the link between the thoughts and emotions, and you are able to isolate the emotion. You are able to look deep inside your body. You are almost able to go inside your subconscious mind, and you are able to identify the underlying emotion which is fueling the thought, which is the underlying unresolved emotion which is still trying to be heard. So when you are able to do that, you are able to deal with the emotion and stuff like that. But that's in the future. The initial part is to identify the voice in the head for what it is. It is an illusion. It is not real. You are just observing your thoughts and just acknowledging them for what it is. You are just creating a bit of distance. So I have a little homework for you. So for you to observe your thoughts. So when you say take a shower today, so try to observe your thoughts. So there is no real necessity for you to think while you're showering, right? It's a pleasurable experience. You are supposed to just be in the present moment and enjoy your shower. But the power of the mind, the addiction of thinking is so strong, and the identification is so strong that we don't even know that it's happening. You are still thinking all the time. So this time I just want you to go, and when you're showering, just be aware, consciously decide that okay, there's not much to think. So whatever thinking happens during this period, you have to agree with me that it's the untrained mind, the subconscious mind patterns that are happening without your consent. So I go identify these thoughts, identify. Just if you notice something, maybe you are thinking, you're projecting yourself into the future, some scenario, or you're thinking about the past. It's not of that much use. You are not going to solve your problems while you're in the bathroom, right? Like some relationship problem or some work problem or life problem, living problem, nothing is going to get resolved in that moment, right? You just have to take a shower. So identify that this is happening as a part of this loop in which most people get trapped in. Identify it. Whenever you become conscious, oh yeah, see, this is what is happening, come back, enjoy the shower. I mean, there's really not much to think about again, and it's very natural for you, for a thought to pull you out, or there's almost like a magnetic charge to it, and you will 5 minutes later you'll just think, oh frick, I got lost again. No problem, come back. It's very normal. Even I sometimes get drawn away, and just be loving to yourself and just bring yourself back. Just understand the mind patterns that are happening. Understand that the voice in your head is not you. It is simply not you. It is just an illusion. Come back to your senses. Come out of your head and come back to your senses. Enjoy the water falling on you. Enjoy the shower. Seriously, enjoy the shower. And thinking has nothing to do with you enjoying the shower. So just take this as a challenge. Take this as just as a way to assess how you are, where you are, and yeah, just try this out. So yeah, this is all I had in this video. So thanks a lot for listening, and if you have any questions, any comments, just let me know in the comments. Maybe someone else might have the same questions as you do, and you might help them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.